Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to figure out how to get the right coverage for your home and car without emptying your wallet.
It's interesting. So many people think of insurance as like a chore, you know?
Yeah, like something you have to do.
Exactly, but it's really about protecting like your lifestyle so
Uh,
you can enjoy things worry-free. It's a much more powerful tool when you think about it that way.
that's a great point. It's not just peace of mind, it's about real risks.
Oh, definitely.
Like, for example, did you know that in 2024, almost 60,000 vehicles were stolen across Canada?
That's a huge number.
I know. It's a lot. It's encouraging that auto theft is going down, though,
It is, yeah.
but it shows how important it is to have the right insurance.
Exactly. And that's where a company like Good Rates Insurance really comes in. They're all about tailoring your coverage to you,
Hmm.
whether it's, for your home, your car, or even travel.
I like that. So let's break this down a little. Personalized insurance.
Sure.
What does that actually mean for someone like me? I need coverage for my home and my car.
Well, it means recognizing that, everyone's situation is different,
Yeah,
right? Like you might live in a downtown condo while someone else has a detached house in the suburb.
totally.
Your driving habits, the type of car you have, these all are important in figuring out the right coverage.
Makes sense.
Good Rates really considers all of these things to create a policy that really truly fits.
So it's not like a one-size-fits-all approach, which is what I think a lot of people just assume about
You
insurance.
got it. And that's where the real value comes in. Instead of paying for coverage you don't need, you get exactly what you do
Right.
at the best possible rate.
I like it. Now, we mentioned auto theft briefly.
Yeah.
I think that's on a lot of people's minds these days. What were some of the most interesting things you saw in the report on auto theft trends?
Well, besides the overall decrease, which is good news, the regional variations were pretty striking.
Hmm.
Like, Quebec saw the biggest drop in thefts, over 32%,
Wow.
but Ontario only had like a 17% decrease.
Interesting. So some provinces are doing better than others?
Seems like it, but what I thought was really interesting,
Ooh, I love a good mystery.
the recovery rates in Ontario and Quebec are way lower than in other parts of the country.
Really?
Yeah, it could mean those stolen vehicles are being shipped overseas or taken apart for parts.
Oh, wow.
It makes you realize how sophisticated these organized crime rings are.
So for someone in Ontario or Quebec, what does this all mean if they're worried about their car getting stolen?
It raises the question of what kinds of vehicles are being targeted.
Hmm.
The report showed that newer luxury cars are especially vulnerable,
Oh, okay.
most likely because they're in high demand overseas.
Makes sense.
So if you own a car like that, comprehensive coverage is essential.
So having the right insurance can actually give you peace of mind and financial protection if your car is stolen.
Absolutely. And working with an insurer like Good Rates is so valuable for this. They have the experience to evaluate your risk factors and help you choose the best coverage options.
That peace of mind is so valuable. Now let's shift gears to home insurance. A lot of people might think, I live in a good neighborhood. I don't really need to worry too much about my house.
Right.
But is that true?
I think that's a pretty common misconception.
Yeah.
While your neighborhood matters, home insurance protects you from way more than just break-ins.
Okay. Yeah.
Think about things like fires, water damage from boost pipes, even someone getting hurt on your property.
You're right. It's like a safety net for all the things that can happen no matter where you live.
Exactly. And like with car insurance, the key is to have a policy that fits your needs, one that considers the value of your stuff.
Right.
Again, Good Rates is great at this. They offer personalized consultations to understand your situation.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah.
It seems like this personalized approach is really what Good Rates is all about.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not just about customizing the coverage. Good Rates also wants to find you the best possible rates.
Okay. Yeah.
They work with a bunch of different insurance providers,
Hmm.
so they can make sure you're getting the most competitive price.
I see.
It's like having a personal shopper for your insurance, someone who does all the hard work for you and finds the best deal.
Love that analogy. It definitely takes away some of the stress. Speaking of overwhelming, let's talk about the fine print of insurance policies.
Ah, yes. The dreaded fine print.
I know, right?
You have to remember these policies are legal contracts.
Right.
So it's really important to know what you're agreeing to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is where a lot of people get tripped up.
Yeah.
All the technical jargon, confusing clauses, it can be a lot.
I agree. I think that's where working with a good insurance broker can be super helpful. Someone who can translate all the legal stuff into plain English.
Exactly. And that's another area where Good Rates shines.
Oh, good.
Their team of experts can guide you every step of the way.
Okay.
Explain all the different options, answer any questions you have.
So you understand your policy and feel good about your coverage. So it's not just about picking the right policy. It's also about having someone you trust to explain it all.
For sure.
Now, nobody likes to think about having to file an insurance claim,
Right.
but it happens. So what are some things people should keep in mind when it comes to the claims process?
Well, the most important thing is documentation.
Oh, okay.
Take photos, videos, keep records of any damage or loss, anything like that.
Hmm.
It's going to be super important when you file your claim.
That's great advice. It's easy to forget those details when you're in a stressful situation.
It is, yeah. And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Right.
Your insurance broker should be there to help you navigate the process and make it as smooth as possible.
That brings us back to choosing an insurer you trust and feel comfortable working with.
Absolutely. Insurance is more than just policies and premiums. It's about having someone on your side when you need them most.
And that's what we've been talking about.
Right.
This idea of personalized service, having experts to guide you and finding the right coverage for you. Let's talk about travel insurance for a minute. A lot of people might think, oh, it's just a short trip. I don't need travel insurance.
Right.
But is that a good idea?
Well, not necessarily. The length of your trip matters, but travel insurance covers so many unexpected things.
Okay, yeah.
Lost luggage, medical emergencies, things like that can happen anywhere.
I didn't even think about that. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially in a new place.
Exactly. And good rates can create a travel insurance policy just for you.
Oh, nice.
They'll look at your trip, your destination, the activities you'll be doing, all of that, so you have the right coverage.
Yeah. So it's personalized, just like their other insurance.
Exactly. Let's go back to home insurance for a second.
Okay,
We talked about having a safety net for unexpected events.
right.
What are some specific types of coverage people should think about, especially depending on where they live?
That's a great question. There's a lot to think about with home insurance. What are some key areas people might miss?
One thing that's often overlooked is the specific risks where you live.
Oh, interesting.
Like if you're in an area that floods a lot, you need flood insurance. Or if you're in an earthquake zone, you need earthquake coverage. Those are just a couple of examples.
Makes sense.
Good rates can help you figure out what's most important for your home.
So it's about matching your coverage to where you live and the risks there.
Exactly. And it's not just about natural disasters.
Right.
They can also help you figure out how much coverage you need for personal liability, valuable items, even identity theft protection.
Oh, wow. That's a lot to think about.
It is, but they make sure your home and everything in it is protected.
I like it. Peace of mind, right?
Exactly. We've talked a lot about Good Rate's personalized approach and finding the best rates. What else makes them different from other insurance companies?
Yeah, good question. There are a lot out there.
Well, one thing is their focus on technology. They've made the whole process of getting insurance, managing your policy, all of that really easy to use.
Hmm.
They get that people are busy and don't want to spend hours on paperwork.
So it's not just about having good coverage. It's about making the experience easy and convenient.
Exactly. Good Rates uses technology to simplify things so you have more control.
Hmm.
Their online platform gives you tons of information, resources, and tools to help you make decisions about your coverage.
That sounds great. They're really tackling the problems of traditional insurance.
Yeah, they're making it much more efficient and user-friendly.
It sounds like they've found a good balance.
Yes.
They use technology, but they still offer that personal touch when you need it. Good Rates has really set a new standard for what customers should expect from an insurance company.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it sounds like they really have. They found a great way to make things easier for people.
They have.
We've covered a lot today.
We have.
From personalized coverage to dealing with insurance claims, I've learned so much.
I'm glad you hear it. Hopefully it's made you think differently about insurance.
Oh, definitely.
It really is all about protecting your lifestyle.
Absolutely. And giving you peace of mind.
Right.
Before we finish up, I just want to remind everyone that insurance isn't one size fits all.
It's not.
You have to find the coverage that fits your needs.
Exactly.
The one that gives you that feeling of security.
Whether it's your home, your car, your travel plans, there's a policy out there for everyone.
And as we've learned today, Good Rates Insurance is a really great resource for anyone who wants personalized service
Oh, they are.
and expert help.
They go above and beyond to understand what their clients need.
And they create policies that give the best protection at the best prices.
That's right.
Speaking of prices, we were talking about how Good Rates make sure their clients are getting the best rates. How do they do that?
Well, they have a special way of doing things.
Okay.
They work with a whole network of insurance providers,
Hmm.
so they can compare quotes and policies side by side.
I see.
And that lets them negotiate for you
Oh, nice.
to find the most competitive price without sacrificing coverage.
So they're like a team of experts working to get you the best deal.
Exactly.
That's amazing. You don't have to do all the hard work of shopping around.
Nope.
You know, Good Rates is on your side, getting you the best value. We've talked about so much today.
We have.
Auto theft trends, personalized coverage, the details of home and travel insurance. But I always like to leave everyone with something to think about. You know, food for thought.
Of course.
So with auto theft changing and technology evolving so quickly, what new innovations in vehicle security do you think we might see in the next few years, and how could they impact insurance?
Ooh, that's a good one. We're already seeing some really interesting developments like biometric authentication, AI-powered security systems, even blockchain technology to keep track of who owns a vehicle.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is, and as these technologies get even better and more common, they could really change how much car theft happens.
It's almost like imagining a world where it's impossible to steal a car.
Exactly. It's an exciting time, and it's definitely going to have a big impact on how insurance works and how much it costs.
That's incredible. It really shows that the world of insurance is constantly changing,
It is.
and we need to stay up to date on the latest trends and technologies. Well, we've definitely covered a lot of ground in this deep dive,
We have.
and I hope it's been helpful and interesting for everyone.
I hope so too.
Remember, protecting what you have and getting peace of mind doesn't have to be complicated. Working with a good insurance provider, like Good Rates, can make a world of difference. We encourage you to reach out to Good Rates for a personalized quote
It's a great first step.
and find out what coverage options are best for your needs and your lifestyle. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon to explore more interesting topics with you.